Introduced in 2007, the Jeep Compass was an affront to Jeep traditionalists, mostly because it shared its front-wheel drive underpinnings with the Dodge Caliber. Despite its lack of refinement and a cheap interior, the Compass and its Patriot stablemate weren't nearly so offensive to more casual shoppers. These heretical Jeeps drew in boatloads of customers, more than 1 million in total, providing an accessible entry point to those who wanted the outward appearance of the Jeep brand without the sacrifices of a truck-based Wrangler or the cost of a Grand Cherokee. In the decade it took for this second-generation Compass to arrive, Jeep has taken that small crossover idea and run with it. The new 2017 Compass now shares showroom space with the smaller Renegade and the slightly larger Cherokee, both strong selling additions to the family that ride atop Fiat-derived platforms. The new Compass employs a stretched version of the Renegade's underpinnings and slots in above it, fitting into the market somewhere between subcompact and compact SUVs such as Honda's HR-V and CR-V. In between size. The Compass's 173.0-inch length makes it a bit shorter than the old Compass and Patriot, and its new styling looks far better than those fraternal twins ever did. With a Grand Cherokee-like face and a well-proportioned body, the Compass finally looks the part of a modern Jeep. Our Trailhawk test car turned out the rugged, off-road charm with red tow hooks, 4 functional skid plates, and 17-inch wheels wrapped in knobby Falcon tires. Like every new Compass, Trailhawk models come with a 180-horsepower 2.4-liter inline-4. In the Trailhawk, it is always mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission and a driver-selectable all-wheel drive system. That's a somewhat more sophisticated setup than what is found in most other small crossovers, but the Compass pays for its off-road-worthy setup at the scales with a hefty curb weight of 3,680 pounds, about 170 pounds portlier than the larger and more spacious CR-V. Not a performer. Predictably, then, acceleration is sluggish, with the new Compass's 0 to 60 mph time of 8.9 seconds beating its predecessors by only 0.6 seconds. Refinement is lacking, too. The engine is buzzy in the upper rev range and transmits a fair bit of vibration into the cabin. The 9-speed automatic exhibits the lazy behavior that we've become accustomed to with this gearbox, namely slow upshifts and a reluctance to downshift. At least Jeep has finally figured out a way to smooth out some of the harsh, clunky shifts between first and second gear that we've experienced in Cherokees and Renegades with this transmission. In our hands, the Trailhawk averaged 22 miles per gallon overall and posted 29 miles per gallon in our 75 mph highway test, only slightly behind the EPA ratings of 25 miles per gallon combined and 30 miles per gallon on the highway. Unlike in the Cherokee, the 9-speed is not the only transmission choice in the Compass. A 6-speed automatic is offered on front-wheel drive Compasses. And we'll give Jeep a high five for offering a 6-speed manual not only with front drive but also in combination with all-wheel drive, on base sport and mid-level latitude trims. We haven't driven a manual Compass, but we'd imagine it must be more fun than the listless 9-speed model. The more on-road-oriented versions of the Compass are, of course, likely to ride and handle better than the Trailhawk, which is hampered by its mud-worthy knobby Falcon Wild Peak tires that compromise both grip and comfort on pavement. Its skid pad result of 0.75 grams is uncompetitive, and the tires squeal under the slightest hint of hard cornering. Such rubber also introduces compromises in on-road braking performance, and this Compass posted a long 70 mph to zero braking distance of 191 feet. At least the steering is well weighted and accurate, which combines with firm damping to help the Compass feel more stable and solid than its numbers suggest. Off the asphalt, the Compass we tested will do things that other crossovers just plain can't, owing to the Trailhawk model's relatively high 8.5 inches of ground clearance, skid plates, and a crawl mode that locks the transmission in first gear, giving the Compass a low-range-like 20.4:1 drive ratio. This mode is summoned via the selectory knob that governs the all-wheel drive system, which offers rock, snow, sand, mud, and auto modes, in addition to buttons for 4WD low, the crawl mode, 4WD lock, and hill descent control. Roomy insides. The Compass fares well in other measures, too, including a spacious interior. Its rear seats provide good leg and headroom, and passengers back there benefit from air vents, a USB port, and a 115-volt AC outlet on the back of the center console. The cargo space with all seats up is bigger than what you get in the larger Cherokee. The rear seats fold mostly flat to reveal 60 cubic feet of space, again, more than the Cherokee's 55 cubes, although the wheel wells do intrude a fair amount on the sides. More annoying is a high cargo floor that makes it difficult to lift heavy items in through the rear hatch. At 31.4 inches, the Trailhawk's liftover is more than 5 inches taller than the Honda HR-V's. This difference is only partially attributable to the Jeep boasting 1.8 inches more ground clearance, in Trailhawk form. The rest is all about a higher load floor, which presumably allows more suspension travel that is useful off-road. Up front, the dashboard is dominated by an 8.4-inch Uconnect touchscreen that will seem familiar to those who've spent any time in other Fiat Chrysler products. It's simple to use and has clear graphics. If we were being picky, we might complain that the volume and tuning knobs are mounted several inches below the touchscreen, but perhaps we should just be glad that the Compass has real physical knobs for those functions. Aside from a few splashes of red plastic trim, the Compass has a Dura black interior with cheap-looking plastic materials. Trailhawk models come with combination leather and cloth seats with red stitching that spice things up a bit, but overall interior quality did not measure up to our test car's $33,165 cost. That figure did include lots of optional equipment, such as $895 for navigation and the 8.4-inch Uconnect screen, $495 for a power liftgate, $795 for parking sensors, rain-sensing wipers, a security system, and blind spot warning, and $645 for a heated steering wheel, windshield, and front seats. Even so, we didn't reach the upper limit for the Compass. Adding more options, such as a panoramic sunroof and additional active safety features, can push the price to $37,000. Cheaper is better. Unless you're serious about your off-road adventures, the less expensive Sport and Latitude models are smarter buys than the Trailhawk. Beyond being more reasonably priced, these lesser Compasses also allow you to avoid the 9-speed automatic while still getting all-wheel drive and desirable options such as automatic climate control, a power driver seat, and blind spot warning. They also ride a little lower, 0.3-inch with all-wheel drive or 0.7-inch in-front drive trim. Most first-generation Compass, Patriot buyers were only after the vague appearance of a Jeep, and we can't imagine that those shoppers will suddenly find they want or need the Trailhawk's off-road ability. Although the second-generation model is a vast improvement over the original Compass, the new version remains mostly bolstered by the heritage and rugged image derived from its Spacious 7-slot grille. And because of that, also like its predecessor, it's sure to sell like hotcakes.